Hello, my friends. So, I greet you in the love and the light of the one Creator. In today's session, I am asking the Galactic Federation about a certain entity that tried to, scare me, yesterday. So, let me tell you the backstory. Yesterday, I actually channeled the Galactic Federation about the Mars situation, and they told us that something big is happening on Mars with the negative entities calling upon even higher negative beings, right? Maybe the negative entity did not want me to share this information with you. They do not want me to expose them. And in essence, yesterday I went to the washroom, okay, and at night time at 11, on the window there was a image uh, of a black figure. Now this image can be considered similar uh, to the in Harry Potter. There is this entity, right, known as the Dementors or something like that. They have black kind of wavy who suck the soul of people. The same kind of entity but with red eyes. Okay, it looked almost similar, and I immediately left the washroom. I closed the door and then I called my mom, and then I like did the love light protection on me, which I will explain after the session. And so today's session is about that. Galactic Federation explains who it was and how can I protect in the future. And not only that, you can also use this technique to protect against any of the entities, negative entities who try to visit you. Okay, so you can use this technique. It's really amazing, I think. And here is the session, after which I'm going to explain to you how like I'm going to explain to you the three things that I have never told you before about how I channel. And also I will tell you about the equipments which I use to channel and use to record, so that you will have a better understanding. I will tell you about how to use love light energies before the channeling session. I always use this process. I will explain that. And the other thing is I will explain sometimes how channeling, what you need to eat, okay, when you are channeling. So here is the session, after which I will explain these things. So enjoy the session.
We are the Galactic Federation of Light, and we greet you again. We are connected to you, beloved, in the love and the light of the one Creator, who is within each of you and within each of the entities in the cosmos. Before we start sharing our insights, please understand that you have free will on your planet to accept or reject this information. We, as the Galactic Federation, are always protecting your planet and all the beings in your plane who require our assistance will be assisted by us. Today, this instrument desires to understand which entity had visited this instrument yesterday at around 11:30 p.m. at night time. Let us tell you clearly that the entity that had visited this instrument was not from outside the planet. It was an entity from inside your planet. In essence, this entity was a soul that had polarized into the negative fourth density consciousness after crossing over, due to which this entity became under the control of the so-called negative-oriented beings. And these negative-oriented beings, they use this entity to scare and arouse fear within the mind of this instrument by showcasing an image of the so-called negative-oriented entities. This occurs many a times on your planet when these beings are able to hijack the souls that had negative-oriented lives in your planet. Many of the souls in your planet that had self-service agenda and had done some negative acts on your planet become negatively polarized. And these can be used by the so-called negative entities to create fear amongst other people. However, please remember that these negative beings, the souls on your planet who are under the control, cannot touch you physically or harm you physically. The only thing they can use is the fear, and they prey on fear. They want you to be afraid. This is how the negative works. They work on fear and they feed on the fear that emerges from people. The next time you see this entity, please remember to follow this procedure to immediately cast it aside. When you see such an entity and encounter such an entity, use the vibratory words that you call "I love you" towards this entity, and this entity will immediately dismantle in front of your eyes. This is the best way to protect against any negative entity, not only the negative entities or the entities who have crossed over, but also the entities on your planet who are still in the physical form. These three words will protect you against anything. Therefore, beloveds, we are the Galactic Federation, and we leave you now in the love of the Creator. Bye.
Hello, my friends. So I think you watched the session, and from the session, I understood that yesterday I had been visited by a negative entity who was in essence a soul from Earth, who had polarized into the negative cycle. And these negative beings, they can control such negative entity. It's scary, okay? It actually is scary knowing that. So this entity came over to my washroom window, trying to scare me, okay? And the Galactic Federation has said that the best defense against such entities is to use the phrase "I love you." Now, I thought it was very funny, but I think it will work. So in the future, I will use this method to protect myself, and I think you can do the same. If you encounter a negative entity in your life, you can do this. This is the best way. And the other thing I'm going to tell you is, the first thing I'm going to tell you about is love light water, how it works. So before I start my channeling session, every time I take some water, okay, I take some water inside this chalice, okay, and to energize it with love light, it is very simple. All you need to do is you need to praise the water like this. Thank you so much. You are the most amazing thing I have ever seen. You are so beautiful. And I absolutely love the way you are. You are amazing. You are mind-blowing. And you are the best gift I ever have received. You are the best thing in the universe. You are the best. You are absolutely mind-blowing, amazing. I just love you. By doing this, this water is now polarized with the love light energies. This is the simple steps that I do every time. And then what I do is I take some water, okay, this love light water, I drink it. And by doing this, my internal body will be protected. And the other thing I do before the sessions is I take some water and I rub it all in my physical vehicle, okay. Because you see, my friends, channeling can be a dangerous thing. If you don't follow this procedure, there is a high chance that if you channel, there could be some negative being who could come inside your physical vehicle and in essence take you hostage. Because the negative entities, they will not leave you like the positive. See, till today I have always been channeling the positive entities. The Federation, the Rock Confederation, all of these beings, they want the betterment of humanity. They are here to help us. But there are also negative beings, my beloved friends. These negative beings, they want to control you. They don't want free will. They will take hostage of your physical vehicle. It will be like possession, okay? These negative beings, if they come into your vehicle, if you allow them to come into your vehicle while channeling, they will possess you. This is the meaning of possession. And sometimes, it happens in our city also. There are many times, I have heard about these beings possessing people. So from now on, we understand how to protect ourselves. Very, very important, using the love light energies, okay? And the second thing is, let me tell you about the diet. You see, Archangel Michael and Ra also, they always tell me to drink water, drink a lot of water, and eat apples. So in order to be ready for channeling, what I do is, I eat normally what I eat, okay, but I don't eat meat. Before this I used to eat meat, but I had to quit eating meat in order to be an open channel, because Ra told me that eating meat will be kind of adding a hindrance to me. Okay, I'm not saying that you should not eat meat, okay, I'm just saying for me that I am not allowed to eat meat now. Previously I used to eat meat, okay. And the thing is, other thing is, I need to drink at least 2 liters of water in a day. I have to do this, otherwise my body will not be hydrated enough. And I need to eat 2 apples in a day at least. So this is what I follow as a diet in order to be ready for channeling. So now let me tell you the third thing, which I wished I had told you before, okay. The third thing is how I record my sessions. So this is my room, and in my room, as you can see, here is the bed. This is the bed that many of you have already seen, where I record my sessions. And for the recording process, what I use is, I use a GoPro for video recording. Okay, what I do is I record the audio and the video separately, because this GoPro will not be able to capture the sound nicely. And for my channelings, the most important is the sound that comes, right? So what I use is, I use this recorder. Very simple. I plug it in my phone, and then I press record, and then I clip it here or anywhere inside. This thing records really nicely, okay. And then after recording, I send the audio and the video to my editor, and sometimes I even do it myself, although I'm not good at editing. So they edit it, and that's what you get to see many a times. So this is the process of channeling. I hope it will help you a lot, and many of you were asking about these questions, so I think this is the answer for your questions. So in the future sessions, I will be asking more questions, and I thank you all so much for being a part of this community. I send you love light, and I also need to say thank you to all my Patreon supporters who have supported me. So thank you so much. I send you love light energies, and stay safe, and see you again.